I am Nicole from Rewind and Review, here to do a recap and review of Power Book 2, Ghost Season 1, Season Finale, Heart of Darkness. Now, if I had to rate this episode, I would give it all 5 stars. If you like Power and new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome me, welcome you. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button below. Comment your thoughts and theories of the episode and what you think is going to happen later on down the line in future episodes. And y'all, to my old couch potatoes, let's get to it. Y'all see my suit today? I'm ready for court. Alright, so this episode opens up with Monet and Al meeting at Rico's. And so the guy guarding Rico's door is patting Monet down, and she quickly has to tell him, do your job, don't be stupid. So he gives Monet a pass to go and tells Al that he has to stay back. So Monet has reached Rico, and his arrogance, y'all, is just all on my nerves because he really gives no care about just blowing up their spot. So he's kissing money, breathing down Monet, just ugh. So, y'all, he quickly lets her know that his arrangement is only because of her husband, apologizes for popping off, but, you know, business is business. And, y'all, this is when he crossed the line when he asked her how was her son. Monet was like, alive, no thanks to you. And so, y'all, this man is going to sit there and say hallelujah. So, I guess I'll see him at the next drop with you. Monet is like, probably not. So, he's like, cool. So, I guess our business is done here. So I have some New York cooter to get to, cause by the looks of it, you're not about to give me none. And I mean, he's breathing all down her back, and y'all, his arrogant ass turned his back, and y'all, I am just so happy when I hear Monet cock that damn gun, and she shoots him in the neck, and then 2 times in the chest, and then she's like, now, we good, bitch. We hear another shot, and then next thing we know, we see Al dragging in the man that was at the door. And so now we're with Kane, who is obviously dragging Ramirez's body with cylinder blocks. So y'all, I'm hearing a phone vibrating. I'm like, I think it's Monet Kane calling. And then I realized that she's not calling Kane. She's trying to call Ramirez. So Kane takes the chip out of the phone, tosses the phone, the body, and keeps the gun and the badge, which is just dumb as hell to me. Like, what? This nigga wants to go to jail. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright, so now we're back with Al and Monet loading the bodies, and Al is like, how long do you think we got until this blows back on us? And she's like, it's not if Ramirez answers the phone. And now I'm like, damn, it's gonna blow back because your dumb ass son done killed the man. So then we see a car creep up, and y'all, I'm like, damn, it done blew back already. But y'all, it's Diana, and Monet is like, toss the burner you used to call Rico, and Diana was like, already done. And y'all, I just really hate it for my girl that she has to be this drug cartel princess and can't be a 19-year-old, 20-year-old little girl. But y'all, Diana asks Monet, has she heard from Ramirez? And Monet was like, no, this is like him, something is up. And I'm like, Kane did it. Alright, now we're with that boy Reek, and y'all, he is fly as hell running to class, and he runs into Lauren, who is posting a sign about class being canceled. So she lets our boy know he is sharp and asks what's the occasion, and he tells her that he's going to testify for his mother. So Lauren tells him that class is canceled because they're interviewing the basketball team about the boy who drowned. And Tariq was like, I thought no one saw anything. So guess who we see walking into the office? Everett. And Lauren is putting her 2 and 2 together, connecting that it could be connected to someone on the basketball team. So y'all, Carrie is just out of order. I'm just trying to understand this outfit she has on at work. I mean, her sides are out. Her shoulders are cut out. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it's under her ass. Alright, so Tariq is like, well, if class is canceled, let me get going. And Lauren calls our boy's name, y'all, fixes his tie, asks him if he would like her to come and support. And, of course, he turns it down. But, y'all, that was just really sweet of her to ask him. But I still don't know if I'm Team Lauren or Diana. Maybe it's somebody. Alright, so now we're with Everett, Carrie, and Jabari, and they are questioning him about the night Zeke was jumped. And at first he didn't mention Zeke, now he's mentioning Zeke and the gun being put to Zeke's knee, and now Jabari ugly ass is like, Why didn't he shoot? And I'm like, why does it even matter? Maybe he was just threatening him. But then Everett's ass starts talking more. He mentions Drew. And I'm like, now please shut up. And y'all, I don't know if Carrie is nodding her head to tell him to shut up or to keep going. But she then is like, how many drinks you say you have? And so Everett ass is like, you know what? That may have been a different night. So Jabari's like, you know what? That's enough. And Everett is like, is Zeke going to get in trouble? Y'all, it was just too much. And so Carrie is like, you know what? I don't think Everett knows much about what happened that night. It sounds like they were so drunk that they didn't know up from down. And Jabari's like, maybe we'll get lucky with somebody else. He's like, let's pass off giving this to Santana and let's take a break today. I have some work to do. Alright, so they are headed back to their offices, and y'all, Zeke is sitting in the office, and Carrie's like, Zeke! And going to ask, like, what he wants, and he asks her if they can speak alone, and she tells him that they can go in her office. So, y'all, Zeke then grabbed the lady by her arm, and I'm like, okay, y'all, and Jabari asks, he's seen it. So, Zeke is like, you told the cops, you told me, you let me decide, if I wanted to tell them or not. And y'all, she's like, lower your voice, calm down, I'm trying to protect you. And y'all, Zeke ass is like, the entire team is getting pulled in, and they're protecting. And y'all, she was like, this is routine, this is what you do. He's like, this is about my family. Like, the police has, and she tells him the police has no leads, and she's like, stay calm. Everett didn't say anything. He did mention your cousin, but he recanted the statement. Zeke like, oh, nah. And he said y'all were drunk. And I don't think Jabari thought anything of it. And Zeke, you need to stay calm. And he like, fuck, I can't be tied to murders. And he's like, I need to tell my family. They need to know what's going on, y'all. And she starts walking out seductively to him, saying, you'll only make this worse. What do you want them to try to do? Fix it themselves? Let me handle this. Then playing with our boy head, y'all, and she kisses him. So y'all know Jabari is in his office Googling Zeke, pulled up a game photo of their weekend, and it is a pic of Tariq with the damn family. And now we're with Drew at the hospital, who has a visit from Kane. So Drew is like, you better get the fuck out before Monet sees you. And Kane like, I'm good, I saw them out. And Drew's trying to sit up, and Kane tries to help him, and he tells him, like, get the fuck back, why are you here? I thought if I wasn't with you, I was against you. And now you care that I'm shot. And Kane is like, I didn't want this to happen, Drew. I know what I said, but you're my brother. So Drew is like, the fuck you want then? You already did your damage. So y'all, Kane is dumb. And he's like, I never would have done any of this if Monet wasn't trying to change our business for that whack-ass nigga Tariq. And at this point, y'all, he is loony and he wants to be Tariq, period. Nothing else to even say about this. But y'all, Drew has had enough. He tells him enough about Tariq. This has everything to do with you picking Glock over us. And he had the gun to me and Zeke. Did Tariq tell you to do that? And Kane's still dumb, like, you can't see, you can't trust this motherfucker. Y'all, I'm trying to see what has Tariq done to Kane for Kane to feel so strongly like this. Like, did I miss something? He's like, everything he doing to protect them, and I am dead. Drew ass is like, Ramirez protects us. We got that covered. And now Kane bipolarism is popping out. He's like, I ain't F him. We never needed him. And Drew was like catching on to something like, Kane is getting dumber and dumber by the scene, and we don't have to ever worry about him again. And Drew was like, tell me you ain't do nothing stupid, Kane. Where's Ramirez, Kane? And Kane was like, where he needs to be. Drew has to let him know, you dumber than I thought. Put him out of his room. And y'all, Kane is so... Kane like, so you done with me like Ma and Diana? And he was like, you did this to yourself, Kane. And I'm just like, Kane is just so blinded with Tariq. Y'all, please leave in the comments because I missed it. I really missed what the hell Tariq has done to Kane. Please help me out because I'm confused. I'm really confused. So now we're at court, and y'all, that Riley Winch has some nerve being there. So we know Sex could not wait to call our boy Tariq to the stand. So he starts off by asking for Tariq Has he seen his father put hands on his mother, asked where he was the night his father was killed, and Tariq tells him in truth he met some people, shook a couple hands, and he was there about an hour. So Sex then asks him, Quentin Wallace saw your mom dropped off at 10. Were you there with your mother? So Sex is like, let's be clear. Did you see your mother? In truth, that night your father was killed. So y'all, Tariq is sitting there alone with a long old pause, and he said no, but I did see you there with a gun, Sex, and caught Sex off guard. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I was there with my official capacity. So Tariq then said, well, I guess you were in official capacity when you followed me to my father's grave a few weeks ago. And y'all, at this point, I'm standing up at the TV. Sex is thrown off. He like, Your Honor, please direct the witness to answer my questions. And Tariq is like, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm really trying to understand how he knew where I was going that night. And so Sex redirects the question, y'all, and Tariq starts talking about how he was drugged and he didn't even know where he was going. So how did you know? And so, how did you know where I was? So how do you know where I was going to be that night? And so, y'all, the camera is panned to Riley. Riley looking all stupid. So now Tariq is like, the only reason why he asked me this is because he heard what I said at my father's grave, because he had someone drug me and he followed me. So who helped you, Sex? Who drugged my drink? Who is helping you with official capacity? Y'all, I am clapping, y'all. Like, I have never started hating a character at the beginning of the season, and now I'm invested in Tariq ass and want him off for killing his damn daddy, y'all. Sex is completely thrown off by this, and he's not ready, and Tamika ass is looking like, yeah. So the judge is like, Sex, is the witness saying is true? Was he drugged, and was it by an agent of the police or someone else helping you? And Sex is like, this is absurd. And the judge is like, how many people are involved? And y'all, I am now tripping because Tariq is like, Your Honor, I can tell you exactly how many people were involved, and I can tell you how many people knew about it since the beginning of this trial. Y'all, Riley's looking real stupid, and Davis is hollering out some chambers, Your Honor. So y'all, they have made it to the chamber, and Davis come in talking about, I think, the move for mistrial, and she's like, there is a lot of things I could say, but mistrial isn't one. And I'm inclined to put both of you under oath to find out what is really going on, y'all. Sex, did you really drug a college student to help prosecute his mother in McLean? How long have you known and not come forward? And y'all, then the door swings open and Steven walks in with Tamika kicking people out. And even the judge, or all Sex cares about is why Tamika is there. And she quickly tells him he went too far. So Steven lets him know now that the DNC has no one to take down for St. Patrick's murder nor organization, because you let yourself get found out by a kid. And y'all, he goes in on Sex and Davis. So now we're back in the courtroom, and Steven lets them know that the U.S. District Attorney will dismiss the case against Tasha St. Patrick if she confesses against Tommy Egan, and she'll be released to witness protection only if she gives up the entire organization. So Tasha is like, I'm going home. He's like, okay, if you want to call Arizona home, cool. So Sex is like, don't you think this is a little premature? Y'all, Steven tells him to shut up. Know that you're resigning after you drop these charges. So y'all, Tasha's like, I need witness protection for my entire family. If I bring down Tommy, we will all need protection, but you can take my daughter. He was like, no, you can take your daughter, but I'm not putting you two together nowhere. So Tasha's like, I'm not doing it then. And he's like, cool. So I'll draw up some new papers reversing the charges. And she's like, nuh-uh. Can he do that? And Davis and Tamika are both like, yeah, girl, take their offer. And Tasha tells Tariq, ain't no way I'm leaving you. We running together. So Davis has set up for press and wants Tasha to make a statement. And she makes one, but did not read the paper that Davis gave her. And y'all, Davis gives a speech. And he talks about Tommy. I'm like, why the fuck he do that? Tariq is like, are we really going to run? And she's like, yeah, because ain't no way I'm rating on Tommy. And I'm like, okay, I see some loyalty still stands. Not really. But Tariq is like, Monet is not letting him out. And then she tells him, you know, like, don't worry about Monet. Y'all, this mess is good. It is good. I'm just. All right, so now we're with Riley trying to make peace with Brayden, and y'all, Brayden just really not going. He doesn't want anything to do with her. So she basically tells him, you know, watch out for Tariq before you get yourself hurt or killed. So Zeke has showed up at Tariq's telling him, where have you been? I've been looking for you, and asks why he's dressed like that. And he tells him that he went to court for his mama, and she was released today. So Zeke was like, he been reaching out to Drew, but he ain't responding. And y'all, I'm just glad that Tariq be putting his P's and Q's together with listening. I believe I need to work a little bit more on my listening skills because I can hear, but listening and hearing are two different things. So Zeke asks him, has he been to Monet's? And Tariq's like, nah, what's up? His name was brought up to the team was pulled in for the club thing, and I tried to fix it, but he may need to heads up in case the cops start looking for him. And at this point, I'm like, Zeke is not as slow and whipped as I thought, because he is definitely still trying to get in touch with his family. So Tariq is like, hold up, what club thing? And Zeke is like, oh, man, they didn't tell you. So, some of those GTG niggas rolled up on me. Y'all, he just talks so slow. That night, the dude got killed in the pool, almost shot me when trying to get it. Alright, so Zeke tells Tariq he should watch his back, and Monet don't tell everybody what they need to know. That's why he is wrapped up in this now. But y'all, Tariq didn't tell Zeke any info that he didn't need to know, and I'm glad, because honestly and truthfully, he could crack it in a minute. And y'all, before going out the door, he like, I wish you stayed away from my auntie like I told you. So now we're with Tariq and Diana, and Tariq tells her that Zeke does not know that Drew was shot, and she tells him how he's been asking a lot of questions. Monet is nervous and doesn't want him to get caught up in something he cannot handle. And so Tariq is like, it may be too late. Drew's name was brought up while the cops were looking into GTG, and they brought in the whole basketball team, and now they looking in closer to him and Zeke. Now that the body has dropped on campus, and so Diana's like, fuck, we don't need that heat, especially after Monet just killed the Connect. And so Tariq is like, maybe Ramirez can help, and Diana's like, he ain't taking her calls, and he like, why is that, D? You got to tell me. I'm in this now. I can help. And she's like, Kane's out of control, and asks why the fuck would he do that? And she tells him he needs to be careful. The only thing he hated more than Ramirez is you. And y'all can y'all drop in the comment section again why Tariq is hated so much, because I really missed it. So now, alright, so now we're with Tariq and Brayden lets him know that Riley came by and gave him her warning about Tariq, and Tariq keeps it real with Brayden, lets him know that he doesn't think that she was too fake. He thinks that she really did genuinely care for Brayden. So of course he's a man, and he thinks he done laid it down, but he asks Tariq like, what's up with the app? I know you don't need the money for your lawyers anymore, but we had a good thing running. Why mess it up? Plus, I finally found something I'm really good at. So Tariq was like, I hear you, bro, but you not worried with all this heat on campus? And Brayden like, no, cause Kane dropped their body, not us. And I'm like, little do you know, your boy was on that scene when the body was dropping. He's like, you said you done work with him, right? Maybe when the school gets tired of the cops being around, and then we could go back to work. But no pressure. If you still in, I'm in. And Tariq was like, even if I'm out, you can still be in. The Tejadas are going to need to move weight on the app. So I'm like, he might be the next Tommy, y'all. He might officially be the next Tommy. So now we're with Tariq and Jabari, and Tariq asks him why there's no class, and he's like, we're still doing student interviews. And Tariq's like, how's that going? You know, the guys who did it. And so Jabari's like, that's honestly what I called you in for, the investigation. But y'all, Jabari has to be stupid, dumb, retarded. He's like, he really tries to lure our boy into some mess, and he tells Tariq how he's interested in his roommate Zeke and his cousin Drew, and asks Tariq if he knows him, and Tariq is like, no. So Jabari's like, it's okay, Tariq, you don't have to lie. And Tariq's like, I've seen him around, but I really don't know him. And okay, so Jabari It's like, I know you're involved, Tariq. I know you've been selling drugs. And Tariq's like, drugs? I don't sell drugs. And y'all, I'm hoping Jabari ugly ass slips up and tell him that he followed him. But he does not. And y'all, Jabari's like, I know you get the drugs from Drew Tejada. And we also know that Drew knows who the gangbanger, who jumped Zeke, and who also killed the boy in the pool. So y'all, I'm glad Tariq ass is thinking. He's like, I don't know how you think I tie into any of this. And y'all, Jabari has to come on out and with the truth and tell Tariq he clever. He is fascinated by him, his life, and by this time. He just need to tell him he's in love. And he tells him how he wants to use him as a basis to write his next novel. And Tariq was like, you want to write a book about me? And Jabari goofy ass is like, with your permission. And so Tariq's like, so what this has to do with the investigation? So Jabari's like, well, if you need some help and if you're in some kind of trouble, I can get you some money. And I'll share my advance with you. And so the whole time, I wanted Tariq to laugh in his damn face, but he's like, can I say no? And y'all, Jabbar was like, I know you're a good kid who was dealt a bad hand. And y'all, I am tripping at this man begging Tariq. And like, you don't even know him. And he's talking about, I just want to know how you're involved with the Cross family. So the cops are investigating. They're getting closer. And I can help make sure that they don't get the wrong idea about you. That this doesn't ruin your life. I'm like, tell his ass now, Tariq. But there is a knock at the door, y'all, and it's Detective Santana asking how the interviews are going. And I'm like, yes, perfect timing. Because if nobody do anything else but people's situation, our boy Tariq is going to people's situation, get all the information he needs. Y'all, so Jabari is like, we can discuss this assignment later on. He writes something on a piece of paper, and he hands that paper to Tariq. So now we're with Tasha, who had showed up to Monet's requesting to buy Tariq out of the game. And Monet was like, this is not how it go. And she was like, your son had me to change my entire operation. How is this going to help my family? How can I ask my husband in? And Tasha was like, I didn't ask you to ask your husband, I asked you. And y'all, I love how Tasha know how to swoosh on in and make a person feel like, like she's right here with them. And y'all talking about how she know how it is to live in the shadow of her husband, and mine made me a lot of promises that I believe every single one of them, but every choice he asked me to make led me to losing my daughter. So I'm asking you as a mother. And now I'm like, okay, Tasha, girl, that is not gonna work, because Monet can give a damn about her own kids. And I was like, right, Monet is like your son found me. Sound like he's exactly like the man you made him to be. And I'm like, and Tasha like, and your son went behind your back to have my son killed. Did you make him that way? And Tasha is like, we all make mistakes, Monet. I'm just trying to correct mine, y'all. Monet is like, nope, too late. He's in too far now. And then boom, somebody starts shooting up the spot again. Al comes in, shot, stumbles in. Monet and Tasha make it to the window to see that it is Tommy. Y'all, this is too much. And we still have 30 minutes left in the show. But Tommy's back. Tommy back. Tommy back. All right, y'all. So Tariq is packing his bags when Tasha runs into his room like, Tommy is back. He just shot at me and Monet. And Tariq was like, whoa, how you and Monet get together? Tasha like, he probably seen the news and then I'm working with the feds. And y'all, I just knew earlier when Davis made his little statement that what was going on, that it was going to bring heat. So y'all, Tasha was like, we need to get Yaz and get the fuck ASAP. And Tariq was like, how? With no money. And Tasha was like, we'll figure it out. So Tariq was like, I know where I can get some money. Just give me a little time. And y'all, I'm like, no, Tariq, please, whatever you do, I repeat, whatever you do not go to Jabari for any money. So y'all, Tasha tells Tariq to pack his things. Let's go. Tasha like, Tommy is a killer. And Tariq asks like, so what? So am I. Didn't I kill Ghost to protect you? Nothing has changed. I just need you to trust me. Tariq gives her a burner and tells her that his number is in there. Hit him up if something pops off. And y'all, if it's not one thing, it's another for our boy. But y'all, Tariq ass has picked up that paper that Jabari has handed him. And it's a phone number. And I'm just hoping and praying that Tariq ass does not have to stoop that damn low. So now we're with Monet and Lorenzo, and she tells Lorenzo that Drew is fine and Al's dead, and that they had to move the product before the police came. And so he was like, didn't I tell you not to kill Rico? We need soldiers for war. And Monet was like, how am I supposed to let him shoot Drew and thank him? Lorenzo was like, no, you're supposed to think before you pull the trigger. Now you've made the situation worse, and now I'm understanding where Kane gets it from, y'all. They both act off emotions, and y'all, it didn't surprise me when she came with a Kane ass response. I made sure no one knew where we were meeting. I covered us. I did what I had to do cause you couldn't. And y'all, I really wanted him to backhand her ass. And he's like, well, now that you exposed, you need an alliance. You need Kane back. And she was like, he's the reason why we in this shit now. He's the problem. Lorenzo was like, and now he's the solution. If you want to put some force down, you need an enforcer. You need to go get those corner boys. And he took before shit goes down. And so now she like find Ramirez, and he was like, it better be about this situation. She was like, I need a gun and protection. If you didn't put us in this situation, I wouldn't need him. I'll go find him myself. He like, you know what? I'll find him. I don't know where he is, but I'm sure nothing happened. Now I'm trying to understand how Princess Diana misrun her mouth herself, not tell Monet about Ramirez. I'm so confused. Now Monet has showed up at Kane's spot. He's blowing somebody's back in. She comes in telling the girl to get the fuck out and asks Kane where Ramirez is. And he's like, why would I know where your little bitch is? And you should have kept him tighter on your leash. And y'all, she pulls a gun up to Kane and was like, Kane, I told you, if you did something against this family, the family, I will put you down myself. And Kane, like, I am family. I'm blood. Ramirez wasn't blood. My name was like past tense. My name is like, maybe it is my fault you're this way. Ramirez always fixed it every time you fucked up. You a grown man now, Kane. And you can't even see you messed up with the one person who actually helped you out. And you never make the right choices. And Kane, like, you either, Mom. And I'm like, thank you, because sis, the way you open this episode up, you with the shits just like your son. And y'all, Kane is retarded. He's still talking about Ramirez, still talking about Tariq, and how Monet couldn't see what she needed, that he was all there. And it's clear. So Monet was like, you know what? I trust Tariq more than I trust you. He saved your sister's life. And y'all, she goes out the door. And y'all, I just don't understand Kane. I don't understand Monet either. They two peas in a motherfucking pie, okay? All right, Tommy Egan has entered the chat. So Tommy is back, and y'all, he's coming out of a spot to find Tariq posted on his car. He instantly tells him, I gave your dad my word to not kill you. Y'all, and Tariq calls him Uncle Tommy, and Tommy quickly sets that straight and ends it. Like, when you off your dad and your mom decided to rat on me, that family shit ending, y'all. Tommy keeps giving Tariq warning after warning after warning that Tasha has it coming for her. And Tariq was like, what if I have a plan where we all can walk? Tommy tells him he has 2 minutes. So next we're with Sex, who is having sex with his co-worker when he receives a text from Davis warning that Tommy is back and tried to off his client. And y'all, I'm still trying to understand how Tasha is even communicating with his snake ass Davis and even telling him about Tommy. So y'all, Tasha is coming out of the beauty supply, and Tariq was like, I made the call, do you know the plan? And Tasha like, this better work, Tariq, and heads to her car. And Tasha gets in her car, and next thing I hear is St. Patrick is back in the car. So I'm like, no, y'all, and I hope this is not the damn plan that call sex and get Tommy in jail. Like, what? So y'all, next thing I know, someone radios back saying that a black car was potentially Tommy's and tells Tasha to drive. So like, they want Tommy to get behind her and follow Tasha, and they tell her to speed off when she passes the stop sign. And y'all, Sex is a whole failure and blows it. Tommy sees him and then his new friends and goes the opposite way, only to be chased and go around the construction into something causing the car to blow up. And y'all, I'm just hoping that this is Tariq's plan. But sex is hot, and Tommy is now appears to be dead. And y'all, Tasha texts I'm guessing Tariq, and like, we gotta go. You got the money. And Tariq was like, he's getting it now, y'all. And I'm pissed when I see he is meeting Jabari. So Jabari hands over the money. He's like, I have one question before you go. I can't figure out who killed their boy in the pool. Was it Drew Tejada, y'all, and then a gunshot? And y'all, Kane ass has followed Tariq, and he has shot Jabari, talking about, I knew you were a snitch ass rat, recognized rats. And Tariq, so Tariq was like, this is not what you think. And Kane is like, shut the fuck up. I knew Monet was wrong about you. You're not better than me. You upsetting my family up this whole time. And now Kane is beginning to look like the psycho. His ass is just formulating all these wrong ass scenarios. And it's just really annoying as fuck at this point. And y'all, Tariq definitely gets the gift from Tasha with getting people to, trust him and see him right here. He was like, whatever is Ramirez, that his gun, and Kane, and he's talking to him. And y'all, as much as Kane hates him, he trusts him, gives him the gun, y'all. Jabari is begging Tariq to tell him not to write a book. And y'all, Tariq tells Jabari he's been wrong about him the whole time. He killed his dad, he killed his best friend, now he about to have to kill him. And y'all, I ain't ever in my life been so happy for a character to die. Jabari is dead, okay? So now we're with Zeke, and Carrie is talking, and she reads an email from Jabari saying, like, she was right and that they should talk, which is not going to happen. And now we're with McClain offering sex a job, and he packs his things talking about he knows the ropes of the U.S. Attorney's Office, and now I'm just disgusted with both of these dirty-ass lawyers. Y'all, maybe they could be like, what's the ghost little man name? Because they dirty too. He was dirty, even though we liked him for ghosts. But that's the next best thing for them to do. Just be corrupt like they are and help corrupt people with the law. So now we're with Tariq, and he gets a call, and it's from Tommy, y'all. And I knew our guy didn't go out like this. So he's asking if the boys bought their plans. He didn't pull out his back molars for nothing. So Tariq is like, as far as the feds are concerned, you're dead as long as you don't get caught up in these streets. So you are in the clear as we plan. So y'all, Tommy's like, yeah, I'm getting off 95, turning on blank and blank. But we see, y'all, he is parked and posted. He's nowhere near that. So Tariq lets him know that Tasha will be gone and nothing to worry about. So now we're at the gravesite, and Tasha is saying her final goodbye to Raina, and Tariq meets up with her, asking where is Yaz, and she lets him know that Yaz has to stay with Big Mom. She is not like us. So y'all, him and Tasha are talking, and the next thing we see is Tommy standing behind a tombstone trying to off Tasha, but y'all, the police come, and I'm like, wait, did they follow Tommy? But no, Tariq gave them a tip that somebody was trying to off Tasha, and witness protection is in to swoop our girl off to a safe spot. But y'all, they pull off, and y'all, here comes Tommy putting a gun at the back of Tariq's head, y'all. And then our girl Monet come and put a gun to Tommy's head, and y'all, I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down, y'all. Tommy, he's like, you couldn't be trusted. You hold grudges. And Tommy tells him he will continue to hunt for Tasha. And Tariq was like, that's why I had to make sure you didn't. But y'all, Tommy tells Tariq he wants to see him anymore. And Monet was like, let's go join the family. And y'all, Diana and Tariq and Drew pull up in the car, y'all. And y'all, that's the episode, y'all. This was a great, solid season. Like, I don't think an episode in this season upset me. Like, I feel like every episode was basically all 5 stars. This was a great foundation to a good series. So yes, I am very, very happy with this episode. I was not disappointed at all. But make sure that you like and subscribe below me. Leave your likes and leave comments with your theories about what you think is going to happen next season.